Hello friends and welcome to my channel IB All Designing Developer. So ever wondered how one class can magically reuse the properties and behaviors of another? That's the power of inheritance in Java. So inheritance is like passing down traits from parents to children. In Java, it allows one class called a subclass to inherit fields and methods from another class, which is called as superclass. Why this is awesome? Because it makes your code cleaner, shorter and easier to manage. Instead of rewriting the same code over and over, you write it once and use it across multiple classes. Think of it like building blocks. You create a general base class like animal and then extend it to make more specific classes like dog, cat or bird. They all share the same base traits but can have their own unique features too. With inheritance, Java brings you closer to writing real-world object-oriented code that's powerful, flexible and super efficient. So in this video, we will be learning about what is inheritance in Java. If you understand this tutorial and if you enjoyed this amazing video, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So now what we are waiting for? Let's move to computer screen and let's dive into it. Alright, so we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you in the start that today in this video I will be telling you that what is inheritance in Java. So if we talk about inheritance in Java, there are two terms which we use in inheritance. One is subclass and second is superclass. What is this subclass and superclass? We will be understanding that later. So in Java, it is possible to inherit attributes and methods from one class to another. We group the inheritance concept into two categories. And what are two categories in inheritance concept? One is subclass, which is called as child, the class that inherits from another class. Second is called superclass, which is called as parent as well, and the class is being inherited from. To inherit from a class, you can use extend keywords, and how we will be using it moving forward in the example, we will be understanding that. In the example below, the car class subclass inherits the attributes and methods from the vehicle class superclass. So in this example, the car which we are using it as a class, and this is called as subclass, and the vehicle which we are using as a class is called as superclass. So this is the way how you can use superclass, and this is way how you can use a subclass. So I hope you understand how we are using both classes here and how we are using both classes with inheritance. Moving down, if we just see, so this is the whole example here, and after understanding this example, we have not understand it yet, but after just doing that all things, we will be understanding this note as well, but we will be reading it down. It is saying me that, did you notice the protected modifier in vehicle? We set the brand attribute in vehicle to a protected access modifier. If it was set to private, the car class would not be able to access it. And as I told you in the previous video that what are modifiers, how you can use access and non-access modifiers. So it is just saying me that the vehicle attribute, or you can say the brand attribute in vehicle which we have written here, is a protected access modifier which we are using, and if it was set to private, the class would not be able to access it and we will be getting an error. But right now we are not running it, so we cannot understand like this. So for that I will be opening my NetBeans IDE, because you all know that when we were just working with Java, when we were running the Java codes, we were using this IDE for that. And if you are a beginner and working with Java language, so for that I will prefer you that you can use this NetBeans IDE, which have all the features and all the things which a beginner needed when they are starting with language like Java. But you can use some other text editor as well if you want to use, like you can use Eclipse, Android Studio, and there are many others, but I will prefer you as a beginner, you can use this NetBeans IDE, which is really helpful. So I will be just closing this start page. If you have not generated a Java file or Java class, you can just directly press on right click, and you have to press right click on your project. After just pressing right click, you can just select new, and after moving to new, you have to just select a Java class here, and after selecting this Java class, it will ask you to give the name to your Java file, and you can just give the name as you want. In this case, I have written my Java file as main.java, so I will be creating my Java class name as main as well. So now what I'm going to do is I will be copying all the things which I have seen in the example so that we can use this subclass and superclass. So I will be just copying this whole example in which we have used a brand attribute as well to protect vehicle as an access modifier, and then I will be moving on to NetBeans IDE, pasting these all things here. Like as I told you in the previous video that what are packages and how you can use them in Java. So in this video we will be understanding that how we can just use these subclasses and superclasses when we are working with Java, and these all comes in inheritance. So that's really important topic when we are working with Java, because in object oriented programming, inheritance have a really efficient role in working all the Java things, or working all the Java codes which we are writing. So these are the things which we have written using subclass and superclass in inheritance here. So for running this file, I will be just pressing right click on my main.java file in which I have pasted all the codes. And if you have written any other name to your file, so you can just select your file here with another name, and you have to press right click on your file and press run file, or you can press shift and F6 as well, which is the shortcut key to run your file. So you can just see we are getting two things running. One is saying tut tut, which we have written here, and second is saying Ford Mustang. And why it is saying me these two things? Because here I have print this text here, and second I have print this text here, and that's the reason we are getting these two things printed again in different lines. If I just show you again here, so you can just see we are getting these two things printed in a different line. But here we have not written Ford. Ford is written in another vehicle attribute which is being generated by this string, and this vehicle attribute is another attribute, and this is a vehicle method which we are running, and then this is car attribute, means our subclass attribute, and then we are just creating a my car object. Then we are calling that method here, because obviously you know that when we were just working with methods, I have told you if you are running any method you need to call that method as well. So in this case as well we are doing same thing. We are just creating a method and then we are running it using the call function which we normally use when we are running any method here in Java. Moving on to my Word document here, if I just show you, these are the things which you can understand if you want to understand that why and when to use inheritance. So you can just see it is useful for code reusability. It can be reused as attributes and methods of an existing class when you create a new class. Then you can also just learn this tip which says like also take a look at the next chapter, polymorphism, which uses inherited methods to perform different tasks. Like if you want to perform different task using this polymorphism, you can do that as well, but for that you need to just take a look at the next chapter. In the next video I will be telling you what is this polymorphism, why we use it with inheritance, and what's the purpose to use it. But in this video I hope you understand that how we are using inheritance in Java, how we are using subclass and superclass, which are the you can say two categories of inheritance concept when we are working with Java. Moving on to NetBeans IDE, you can just see this vehicle is a superclass and the car which we are using is a subclass here. So that's the way how you can use a superclass, subclass to just use methods here, and how you're calling that methods using these classes. I hope you understand that as well. So this is the way how you can use inheritance in Java using object-oriented programming. So I hope you understand this video in which we have just seen one example as well, that how we can use both subclass and superclass using inheritance in Java. So if you have understand this video and if you enjoyed this amazing tutorial, so remember to hit a like to this amazing video, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell as well, so you can get the notifications of all my videos which I will be uploading in future. So just I will be meeting you in next tutorial or in next project using Java. So for today, goodbye.